the Georgia Scorcher. To ride a stand-up roller coaster nowadays is a real treat. This coaster offers a great twisting layout with a few inversions and nice turns without being too big or too crazy. But how does its uniqueness stack up with other roller coasters? And is riding the Georgia Scorcher worth your time? Find out in this review. Stand-up roller coasters were made by 3 different companies: B&M, Intimate, and Togo. Of those built, only 9 remain in operation, with at least 1 from each manufacturer still operating, for those wishing to ride this dying breed of roller coaster. From a roller coaster tycoon standpoint, the B&M and Intimate models would be the Hyper Twist coaster, and the Togo model is what the regular stand-up coaster was based off of. For B&M, only 4 of their stand-up coasters remain, with 4 additional stand-up models still running, but now with floorless seats. The idea behind stand-up coasters was that they offer a unique riding experience, but many riders get frustrated with the bike seat and the unique forces during the ride. This, combined with the airtime limitations of the standing position, which requires the coaster to be not as big as other coasters, made it difficult to promote these types of rides. Until SeaWorld Orlando debuts B&M's new surf coaster, the last stand-up coaster built is the Georgia Scorcher, which was built in 1999. Other stand-up coasters have been relocated since then, but all were originally built before the Georgia Scorcher. Six Flags Over Georgia routinely opens its gates 30 minutes before the listed opening time, and then opens both its roller coasters at the front of the park, Twisted Cyclone and the Georgia Scorcher. Though I prefer to rope drop Twisted Cyclone, you can easily head here to get early rides either first thing or after riding Twisted Cyclone. With a short queue and high capacity, you could probably ride the Georgia Scorcher after Twisted Cyclone and still have time to rope drop Daredevil Dive, if everything goes according to plan. I also had great success walking on this coaster later in the day, so it is by no means necessary to get a ride or 2 in early. As much as people complain about the seats, adjusting them wasn't difficult at all. At first, the seats wouldn't lock, so you can quickly adjust them to a comfortable position. Try to make sure there's decent room between yourself and the seat, which isn't always the easiest thing to do since you'll likely be pushing and holding it down with your body. As you'll likely crouch to do this, the key is to make sure when you stand up all the way, your shoulders won't run out of room, hitting into the over-the-shoulder restraints. It may take a few rides to work out a comfortable system, but shouldn't be too annoying even if you don't get the positioning exactly right. If you notice a significant problem with how your seat is positioned, yell at the ride attendant to unlock your row so you can readjust it before starting the ride. After leaving the station, you head up the lift hill. There's a small drop off the lift hill before the main drop to help alleviate stress on the chain lift. The main drop is decent, especially given that it isn't too big. Largely, I just find this drop enjoyable because of the unique standing position, since it adds to the overall drop feeling. Then you launch through a vertical loop. Normally, I enjoy how forceful vertical loops are on B&M inverts, or if they are floaty like Superman Krypton Coaster's giant loop. This loop is just a decent inversion taken in a slightly unique way with a standing configuration. Then you go around a turn that bleeds into an S-hill. On large B&M coasters, this type of turning may not be that enjoyable, but with the standing position, you will likely be fighting various forces so that the twists and turns gives you a slight sense of surfing, or otherwise just trying to rebalance your body, which makes them enjoyable. The helix through the vertical loop looks fantastic off-ride, though on-ride it is just more of these enjoyable turns. After the helix, there is a small wave turn, though being on an older coaster, this doesn't offer that much sideways airtime, but does help to unbalance you some more. This is followed by a corkscrew, which isn't too snappy. And as only the second inversion on this coaster, I can't get too upset with there being a corkscrew towards the end of this ride. Then you continue turning by going up a bank turn, down a small drop, and up a hill that starts off as a wave turn before falling into an actual turn. Though again, this element doesn't deliver quite as much as it could from how that sounds. Then you turn a bit more before a final turn into the brake run. Overall, how good is the Georgia Scorcher? With a unique riding position and history of this ride, it's worth an experience for sure. The overall ride is solid and ranks as an above-average medium-sized roller coaster, placing right below Skyrocket 2 clones such as Tigress, which I actually really enjoy with their hang time in the front row. And right above, Daredevil Dive, which also offers a unique riding experience while not having some of the greater thrills one might hope for. Georgia Scorcher offers an enjoyable roller coaster, but just not anything truly great or special, which is fine, given the role it plays in Six Flags Over Georgia's overall coaster lineup. What are your thoughts on the Georgia Scorcher? Is the stand-up riding position enjoyable? Does this coaster work well as a solid medium-sized coaster? Let me know. And as always, Cup Kun Cup.